Hello, my name is Kevin McAvoy. I'm here at Jerry's Music Shop in South Hadley, Massachusetts to talk about the origin of the euphonium. You've probably been asked more than once if you've chosen to play the euphonium. What is the euphonium? Now the simplest answer is it's like a small tuba, or it sounds like a French horn but it reads trombone music. And both of those explanations are very popular among euphonium players, but they don't answer the question of what is a euphonium. A euphonium is a descendant of the serpent and then the ophicleide, followed by both of those instruments were keyed instruments. The first piston valve euphonium wasn't actually invented until the 1840s. Now, because it was invented so late, there was not a lot of use for the euphonium in the orchestra. Now, that can't be said for the serpent and the ophicleide. Both of those had some use in the orchestra. But the euphonium, having been invented in the 1840s and actually named the euphonium with piston valves, didn't have a place in the modern orchestra. But it did have a place in the up-and-coming brass bands. Brass bands in England were all the rage in the mid-1800s, and they became quite prolific throughout the 1800s, as did military bands. So the use of the euphonium gained popularity primarily because of brass bands and military bands. So the euphonium as an instrument came into existence in 1840, and as brass bands increased in popularity, so did the euphonium. And the euphonium has maintained its position within brass bands ever since, and it has adapted into concert band repertoire. There's a lot more solo literature available now than there had been, but there's a lot of players still use trombone literature for solo performance. But do some research. There's plenty of euphonium literature out there now, but you will have trouble finding older orchestral compositions that use euphonium. So now you know a little bit of the history of euphonium, but please don't let me be the final word. Please do some research on your own. Check to see. There's lots of history on the euphonium out there. It's not just a small tuba.